Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. We will wait upon the Lord. Strength will rise as we wait upon the Lord. Wait upon the Lord. We will wait upon the Lord. Our God, you reign forever. Our hope, our strong deliverer. You are the everlasting God. The everlasting God. You do not faint, you won't grow weary.
So on behalf of Nevada County, we want to welcome you once again. And so our very first welcome is to talk about our prayer box. Dr. Melissa, something that we have available with our Vanna Dr. Melissa. We have a prayer team who has signed a confidentiality form that if you have any prayer requests, there are forms, all your table leaders, if you will show where the forms are. We have little handy dandy forms that you can put in the box. You will be prayed for all month long, and it will be confidential. So if you would like to fill out prayer request cards, we will be praying for you.
So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited you're all here, and especially to our first-time visitors. And I just want to share with you what is the Tapestry. And my name is Holly LaChapelle. You heard me say that. My business is Heart for the Cross. I am a Christian speaker and author. So what is the Tapestry? We are about 2.5 years old now, and we are just a great group, right? Wouldn't you agree? We are a great group of businesswomen, and we like to be in community. We like to fellowship with each other. We like to have fun. You can see by our outs, we have a ton of fun. And we really believe that our community is one where we can really grow in Christ. We can learn to know each other, and we really feel it's very, very important to be able to talk about our relationship with Jesus while we do business in the marketplace. And then maybe you're just checking us out. Maybe you're not sure where you are, along that spiritual roadmap, and that's fine too. We'll take you. We love everyone. So, and we just really feel that it is a great place to really serve God and recognize all the gifts that He has divinely given to each one of us. And we really want you to be able to advance and learn and receive from each other in the marketplace from all these women that are purposely and intentionally practicing their faith to be champions for Christ. And that way we can show up in the mission place, in the marketplace, and really shine our light and make an impact on our world. So welcome again, and I hope you have a really great time tonight.
Hello again, I'm Kate Malmgren with the hotel here. My job as Director of Sales and Marketing is to bring in groups like you guys, and I go out to corporations and associations and tell them about our wonderful hotel and our wonderful Grass Valley.
Natalie Litchfield with Edward Jones Investments, and it's my job to make sure my clients do not outlive their money. So I work with all sorts of investments and tools like IRAs, 401ks, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, annuities, life insurance, long-term care, and many, many other things. So I have a vendor's table. Please visit it. There's some little chocolate over there if you guys need a little dessert. But I'd like to make a big announcement that I'm opening my own branch office in Auburn. Woo! And it is officially open on Friday. But it is right off of Highway 80 and Bowman Road, so it's very easy for you Grass Valley people to get to, just on your way down the hill at the Sierra Sunrise Building, Suite 320, so right next to Sizzler there. I'm going to be doing my ribbon cutting on August 7th at 12 o'clock. I'll have an open house from 12 to 4, so come visit me, say hi.
My name is Wendy Pays again, and it's great to meet all of you. I've heard a lot about you. Misty and I went to high school together, and I've actually went to high school with Viv too. I am from Nevada County, grew up here, And my husband and I became missionaries to Thailand about 15 years ago. And we have our kids here right now in the U.S., and we're getting our daughter into college and our son into high school, and they've never been to school in the U.S., so they're going through a lot of adjustments and changes. And I'm really excited to share with you in November about our ministry in Thailand. We do church planting, and we've planted churches all over Thailand, and we have had a great experience there for the past 15 years, and it's great to be home. So thank you.
Well, my name is Lindsay Barrett, and I'm a local graphic designer. I've been designing for a lot of years, and one need that I found early on was not met with my clients was printing, because I would design their files, I would give them their files, and they would have no idea what to do with them. And so I started also offering print services through a multitude of vendors that I work with, depending on the project. And so I offer printing and design. You don't have to have me design your project, because I found people would come to me because they liked the pricing and the quality and whatnot. And so I offer both separately or together, and I have business cards in the back.
I've been in 2 careers in my life. One was in food and beverage, where I owned a restaurant and worked for other restaurants, and my goal was to go out and to serve people and make them want to come back. And it was just an awesome feeling all the time. And then my second career, which I'm doing now, was real estate, which is the same thing. I go out and I find clients, and I try to make them want to come back after they've sold their house and come back to me. And so I sort of figured out that God wanted me to come here so that I could serve people and help them to come back to God. And that's what I'm hoping I'm doing. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pastor Sandra Chipchase, and I am a pastor at Word of Life Church. Also, I'm a blogger, teacher, author, and I've had many lives and many professions. One thing is that I have chocolate at my table, so I want everybody to go by and visit my table tonight. And I have some great prizes for you in your raffle sack. If you would purchase your raffle tickets tonight, maybe you'll win my prize, and you'll get one of my books. You'll get a beautiful flower, real flower.
All right, and my name's Melissa Missler, and in addition to being a volunteer with Tapestry, my business is M3 Mall. At M3 Mall, we do it all, and for the first time ever, I'm announcing a different part of what we do. So I have all of my crowns and banners up there. Last weekend, I was in a new pageant system and ran for all of the West Coast and won humanitarian for the West Coast. So really, thank you, really excited about that. So in addition to our current Mall Without Walls line of products and services that we specialize in to help local nonprofits, we are starting soon the Nevada County Beauty Pageant System. What that means, basically after 5 years of prayer, I know that this is the direction God has for me to move. So I'm excited to share with you that this is a potential for your business and nonprofit. The pageant system teaches ladies of all ages morals, manners, and the priority of community service. We will provide scholarships for the ladies that excel in their education and help them further advance in their industry. We will provide numerous volunteers for our local community and provide extra business opportunities for those that sell products or provide services to the women in the system or their family or friends that are actually supporting them. So if you would like to see how your business can partner with the new system, please schedule an appointment with me as soon as possible.
We have over 4,000 registered families with Interfaith. They can come every other week. And what we're finding right now, we're in a great new building, but we're finding our clientele continuing to increase. And so what we're really looking for are ways that we can creatively fundraise, new partners, and there's some ideas, there's a community card at SPD, at Save Mart. Those are things that cost you nothing, but when you shop there, they donate back. So come and see me about that. On the paper plates, we have some other stories. And just in this room, I can tell you the 2 other people who've been standing up here, Mary's going to be standing up here soon, and Lindsay, both through their businesses have found creative ways to help support Interfaith.
We are beginning to see, because of the United States energy boom, some of the most distant in chance, in my view as an economist, of these jobs coming back. Caterpillar is bringing back 80% of the production of their equipment from China back to the United States. This is the one that's going to stun you. BMW is moving 85% of their auto manufacturing to the United States. Why? Cheap energy and a cheaper labor supply, a common language. We would like to keep that. I'm going to promote that as an economist. A common language is exquisitely important. Now, when we look at all of this, it's not just the large areas, however, that are coming back. For example, and these are the things that are challenging China and are our opportunity. We are beginning to see areas of simple manufacturing we thought we'd never see. And maybe I should explain some of the challenges in China to make you understand why it's coming back. Well, first off, if you do business in China, you must do business in an area that is one of the most arid, short supply of water in the world. Beijing, for example, has 1/10 the amount of water per citizen that even the United Nations say is the minimum to comfortably provide an urban lifestyle. 1/10. Now, to give you an idea how short they are, China has 20% of the world's population. They have only 7% of the arable farmlands, 5% of the world's fresh water. But here is the frightening fact about their fresh water. Official government statistics out of China admit that 70% of their water supply is so polluted with heavy metals, it is unusable for domestic use or agricultural use. And now we're beginning to realize it's really not even usable in many cases for manufacturing. Case in point, Starbucks. How many people own a Starbucks mug? Is it very old? If it is, throw it away. If it's brand new out of China, I would highly recommend you throw it away. Manufacturing for Starbucks is changing. They are moving their mugs to a U.S. manufacturer. Why? Because when you do a water bath over ceramics and the water is full of heavy metal, it goes into the ceramics. And then you put the glaze on, and what do? You stick it in a microwave and you leach it out. So these are the kind of simple things now that are beginning to happen to bring a lot of manufacturers back. I want to give you hope for our own state. Now, does anybody here have any idea what the largest oil field was in the world prior to most recently? Anybody know? Probably safe to guess it was in Saudi Arabia, right? It's called the Ganwar Field. And the Ganwar Field was discovered in the late 20s and started being developed at the beginning of the 30s during start of World War II. And it was estimated the Ganwar Field had 28 billion barrels of oil. Hence, why Saudi Arabia became such a powerful country so quickly. Well, there is another oil field now that rivals that. It's called the Monterey Shale, and it's located in California. Where is it? It is on the eastern side of the California coastal range. Not the Sierras, the coastal range. Now, there's a lot of debate over this, but you have to understand there's a lot of testing that's been going on. California had a bevy of geologists go out and do 3D seismic testing for the last 10 years. They came to the conclusion that the Monterey Shale has 55 billion barrels of oil. That's almost twice the size of Ganwar. Now, there's a lot of articles. There are some groups out there that are very anti-oil, and I'll tell you right up front as an economist, if you are anti-oil or anti-energy and cheap energy, you are pro-poverty. There is no economy in the world that can provide a middle-class standard without cheap energy. Now, please, this is not an environmental statement. This is an economic statement. It's just the way it is. Until we find a way to get off oil, to make oil unattainable as far as a middle-class family, you are impoverishing them, and you are also driving away manufacturing jobs. So what does California have an option? Well, California has done some things I must admit have stunned me. Our governor actually put together a Department of Energy and actually got the entire Democratic and Republican Assembly to vote that oil and gas wells in California would no longer be qualifying for and going under the rule of CEQA, California Environmental Quality Assurance Act, because they said there would never be one that would ever pass. So they formed a Department of Energy and came out with a new set of fracking regulations for the state. They are the toughest in the world, period. What they are good about, though, is they're clear, they're fair, they protect the environment. But the best part about it, if you are an oil company, you know exactly what is expected of you. The standards are extraordinarily high, but we don't want our state polluted at the same time. But on the flip side, to give you an idea what this is going to do to this state, I want you to give you just the idea of the volume of revenue that's going to hit this state in the next 30 years. California never had what we call an oil well head tax. They finally adopted one at 10%. The money from the oil well head tax is going to go 100% into the California educational system. California is 49th in the nation in educational spending. We are pathetic as far as our educational system. So I've been working with the governor's office trying to pound out of them what their policy will be. And I was told a year ago, January, their policy is the revenue that will come in from this. Now you have to understand, California owns the vast majority of these mineral rights, about 45% of them. What areas do you think the state is going to first prove in? California-owned mineral rights. What will they get? On average, a 16% royalty. Every dollar that comes out of the ground, the state gets a 10% wellhead tax, and then it gets a 16% royalty. Think of the amount of money that's coming. And I asked the governor's office, what do you plan to do with it? And the response is, number one is we're going to have a 3-year reserve fund. Number two, we are going to pay down all state debt while refunding the educational system. As an economist, I just dance a little jig. I get so excited over it. Number three, after we pay down state debt, we're going to move down to all municipal and local debt. Imagine what we can do now when we don't have issues of funding firehouses for firefighters and police cars for police officers because we have so much debt-burdened cities. It can revolutionize the state. Now I'm saying these things to you because I want to leave a message, and I realize I'm down to 30 seconds, so I will hurry. What we have coming, the impacts of all the things I'm talking about, will probably start hitting this country by 2020. And it'll be significant. I actually believe with proper government policy, which is a different speech all by itself, the United States could re-enter by 2020 to 2023 the most rapidly expanding period of GDP expansion in its history. This means our children and our grandchildren, they will have jobs. So don't be down. I do think the United States will come back. Thank you so much.